All right. So can you guys see my screen now? Hello? Is
Meron,
my
sir.
screen visible? All right.
Yes, sir.
Then. So let's start with your concerns, if ever there is. So anyone who has a question from week one to up to your midterm exam, any concerns or maybe clarifications? If none, just give me a quick thumbs up and yeah, so let me know that you're okay with everything. Okay. So it's like 90% responded. Anyway, so let us move now to our next module or to our next topic, which is the chapter 3 and chapter 4. So in this week, we'll only discuss these two, and then right after that, the rest will be spent your final project. So I'll be checking your progress. So you need to submit here the progress of your project probably next week or let's see. Okay, so we'll see when I need to check your project. So I should at least see 30% or let's say 50% of the progress of your project. So you must be already done with the the basics, the login, the registration, the dashboard, the homepage, and then probably some of the features of your project. Okay, so yeah, I should at least see 30 to 50% of progress of your project. Okay, and then until the time that you were able to finish your project. Okay, so again, there will be no final exam. So your final exam will be the completion of your chapter one. Well, actually, from the uh front page. So let me change this one from the front page to chapter one to chapter four. I'll just add that one right here so that, of course, you need the front page and then the chapter one of the chapter four. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's already your final exam plus your completed working project. Okay. So I hope we're clear with that one. So let's move on now to the module overview for the week 7 to 10. So in here, we'll discuss different parts of documentation from chapter 3 to chapter 4. So chapter 3 is discussion of findings, and then chapter 4 is the conclusion and recommendations. So you'll see that this is actually the easiest part since once you're already doing the project, whatever is your let's say output, whatever is your findings, then yeah, just put here your findings and then your conclusion regarding with that output. Okay, so is it accurate? Is it effective? Were you able to do it properly? So, what are the problems that you have encountered? So, what are your recommendations to the future researcher regarding with your existing project? So yeah, you can only answer this one once you're done with the project. So, probably by the end of the month, March 29. So you are already like almost done with the project. Okay, so I'm expecting that you must at least have already finished 70 to 80% or 70 to 90% of your project. Okay, and with that we'll finalize everything until April 5, because our last day will be April 5. Oh, that we can maximize our time, or I can give you until April 8, since this is the official last day of our of the term, not of our class, because our class will end at exactly April 5. But the all of the subjects will end at exactly April 8. So yeah, maybe we can extend until April 8. So I'll still give you guys time to finish until April 8. Okay, so you guys have a month and 8 days from now. Anyway, so yeah, those are the list of topics, and then we have two module or two chapter rather. So we have discussion of findings and then the conclusion and recommendations. And then we have, or I did also include here some video materials which might help you, in answering or how to answer this discussion of findings and then how to answer this conclusion and recommendation. So this one is just the discussion of findings, and this one is from the summary or from the discussion of findings up to the conclusion and then recommendation. So yeah, just check them out later on. Okay. Then again, we have one PDF right here, which came from Kaufman and then Wolfgang, and my reference came from tutorials point. Okay. So are we clear with the overview of your week 7 to 10?
Yes, sir. Clear naman po.
All right, so if there's no question, then we can proceed now with your, chapter 3 and 4. So what you'll see here upon clicking chapter 3 and 4 is this one. So this is just short, short page, or actually just 3 page or 4 page is already enough for the discussion of findings. So in here, you're going to write a short introductory sentence for this chapter. And then the title of objectives that, you're targeting to finish upon creating the project. So we can have one, can have another one, or another, let's say, the third objective, okay, and so on and so forth. And then the proposed system, and then yeah, that's it. Okay, the project design specification, and then the software design, and then in here, this one is very important. So you must show uh, the result, okay, in testing your project or your design or your software, okay. And then what is the evaluation from the the people who have tested your project. So let's say this one is the survey, okay. And then what is their interpretation, okay, to your project. Is it easy to use? Is it a friendly user? Is it hard to navigate? Is it useful for them, and so on and so forth. Okay, anyway, for you to appreciate this one, I will just simply show to you guys my or our, okay, our discussion of findings when I was still in UC. So here is the introductory message. Okay, so this chapter presents discussion of the intelligent model, features, and accuracy of the system. So see, we only have three objectives. So first, our first objective is to discuss the intelligent model. So in our case, we call this one intelligent model because it's kind of related with, it's close to artificial intelligence, but it's not actually artificial intelligence. But yeah, that's what certain dingan uh, like for example recommended the term that we must use instead of architectural model. So supposedly this one is architectural model, but certain dingan just recommended as use intelligent model instead of architectural model. But yeah, architectural model is already okay. It's more on the diagram or the model of your project on how does it really work. Okay, next one is the features of the system. So we've discussed it one by one. What are the features of our system? And then the accuracy of the features of our system. So is it reliable? What is the test, or what is the result of our test? Okay, is it useful? And so on and so forth. Okay, so the first one is the intelligent model. So we discuss what is this intelligent model. So it is a representation of our system, etc., etc. And then what is the system architecture? Okay, so it's something like this. So that depends on your project. Okay, so let's take a look on what we have in here. So we have three features. So we have the TV, light, and then window blinds. So we can open and close them with the use of a smartphone. Okay, or actually just a simple phone, okay, even though it's not a smartphone, because we only need to send and receive a message. So even a 3310 phone, the phone way back 20 years ago, we can use it one to open your TV lights and then window blinds with your ordinary phone. Okay, and then we also put here the intelligent model, or the, for this one, tree algorithm, something like that. Okay, here it's the decision tree algorithm. Okay, so it's still part of the intelligent model, but we've just put here the decision tree algorithm, which was recommended to us by Sir Diane. So that depends on what's needed on your system. In some cases, you just need the architectural model, and then that's it. You don't need the such as decision tree algorithm, or other kinds of diagram or model. Okay, but still, that one depends to your advisor. Okay, well, that one will depend to Sir Tandian again once you are proposing your project. Then again, this intelligent model is equivalent to the architectural model of your project. Okay, and the next one is the features of the system. Okay, so again, we only have three features for in we can on and off these three appliances, okay, with the use of a smartphone. Okay, and then we discuss it one by one. So we have here the interface. So where's the lagging page? Maybe it's at the bottom part. But this is our dashboard, or the home page itself. Once we're done, or once we are logged in, okay. So you will see here the for the window blinds, for the my apologies. This is what is for the lights only. Okay, wherein we have 6 rooms. We have the, I don't know, maybe this is dining room, kitchen. I already forgot, but yeah, we have 6 rooms for the lights, and then we have here the window blinds, and then this one is for the television. So you in this prototype of ours, we only have one television, so it's just this one. Okay, there is no specific room for the television. So yeah, just put here the interface of your project. Okay, so here we have 3 category. We have the LED, the TV, and then the window blinds. Okay, and we have here the my bad, this is the first interface that you will see once you're done in logging in on the system. Okay, so once you click LED, it will lead you here. Once you click the window blinds, it will lead you here. Once you click the TV, it will lead you here. And then we have here some settings, or about the project, or about the developers. And then maybe there is some versions or update versions, so we can also put the version under the settings. So yeah, that completely depends on your project, on the things that you need to put under the settings, the things that you can change under the settings. Okay, and we have here the login and logout interface, and we have here the testing part. This is already the accuracy of the system. So this is our last objective, wherein we put here the I think we put here the separate testing on the LED, and this is still LED. Okay, so this one right here is the LED, and this one right here is the this is the window blinds. They have it's already done. I think we combine it as one. So test one is the, wait a second. All right, so maybe this is the LED, and then the second one is the television, and then the third one is the window blinds. Okay, so we have 4 tests under this, and then we have here the LED average, and then the TV on and off average time, and then the window blinds time average. Okay, so it will took 168.9 seconds before it can turn off and turn off the LED or the television or the window blinds. It's like an average of 100 40 something if you're going to get the average. Okay. Anyway, we have here the success rate and then the failed rate. So the success rate is only 46.4%, and then the failed rate is 53.6%. So yeah, it's not that really reliable if the signal is not that good. Okay. So in summary, we've mentioned here that the delay in success rate depends on the network. Okay, if it's 1 bar, if it's 2 bars, if it's 3 bars, so that will vary depending on your uh, signal. Okay. I see. Since our project is signal based, so this is the 4 bars where it can only take 7.7 seconds or 4 seconds, or yeah, also 4 seconds. For the 3 bars, it might took 18 seconds or even 20 seconds or even 15 seconds for that specific appliances. And then for 2 bars or 1 to 2 bars, so that is the longest one we're in 168 or 130 or 149 seconds. So that is the one that we are seeing a while ago. Okay, so that is why this one is not that reliable. We're in, the failed rate is higher than the success rate if the signal is 1 to 2 bars only. Okay, so yeah, that's how we tested our project before. Okay, so it's like 4 tests every signal. So can you guys follow where we're going at with this test? So if your project is signal based, then you can also do this one. But if your project is maybe Wi-Fi based, then I think there would be no problem. It's faster, of course, and the delay is a lot smaller. Well, it might be a real-time operation if it's the Wi-Fi based. Okay, especially if it's a website. First, depends on the bandwidth of the user, okay, not on the website anymore. Anyway, so yeah, that's how we've discussed our chapter 3 discussion of findings. So any questions so far or clarification?
None, sir.
What about the others?
None, sir.
Sure, none.
It's
That's
good
it.
then. So let us now move on to the last one, which is the conclusion and recommendation. So I would say that this is the easiest part of the documentation. Conclusion. So of course you need to put a short introductory message wherein, let's say, this chapter summarizes the findings and recommendations that the researchers collected based on the result and from the algorithm that they use. Okay, so there is a correction with this one, since this is our SEPI final chapter 1 to 4 completion. So I think we've changed this one into instead of the word they use, recommendation that researchers collect based on the result and from the algorithm that the researcher use. Okay, so as much as possible, do not put a third person like the word they. Okay, so instead of they, just use the researcher. Okay, anyway, just a minor correction regarding with this one. So for the conclusion, of course, you're going to conclude your discussion of findings. So in our case, we have 3 findings. So we have to conclude, 3 conclusion on each of those findings. So the first one is the intelligent model. So we just said here that the design intelligent model was successful in making system to control appliances, and with the help of decision tree algorithm, it makes it easier for the user and developer to use and track the flow of the program. Okay, that's what we have concluded under our intelligent model. So it's successful. And then the second one is, of course, the features of the system. So we've just mentioned here that the features of the system were to control the lights, TV, and the window blinds, and to get the current status of each appliance. So the lights and TV can be on, off, and or the window blinds can be set to a certain angle, 45, 90, etc., etc. It increases security and accessibility at home with the use of Android phone from anywhere and anytime, giving user a more secure environment and peace of mind. Okay, so as simple as that. And then the last one is the accuracy of the system. So accuracy of the system was tested to different locations, network signals, and weather to determine how accurate and reliable the system. So the overall time delay and success rate depends on the network of GSM module and mobile device signal. So the networks vary from climatic interference and location. That the proposed system was not fit to be used in areas where the signal network is 1 to 2 bars. Okay, the system is more reliable in areas where the signal is 3 to 4 bars. Well, of course, it's a common sense that the better the signal, the better the usage of the system. Okay, and for the recommendations, it's still the same. Okay, what can you recommend for your discussion findings number one, and then the conclusion number one? So it should be aligned with your recommendation number one. So in here, we're recommending the intelligent model with the use of precision algorithm should be followed and serve as a guide on how to control the system. So the feature researcher can add more features and appliances in system, blah, 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 blah. So this is now our recommendation part. So that depends on your project or system on the things that you failed to do and you want for the future researcher to improve more to your existing project. Okay, for the features, instead of them limiting the system to SMS based, you can use a Bluetooth or you can use a Wi-Fi. Okay, to improve in controlling the various appliances. Okay, and for the last one, the accuracy. Well, actually, this is not the last one. Okay, we put more recommendation, but this is to answer the last uh discussion of findings for the this one, the conclusion. Okay, under number three. So number three, since the system is signal based, every command has a time delay in processing to execute commands. The searcher can add a feature which every command interface of the application can lock until the command were executed properly. Until then, the interface will be unlocked, and then the user can execute another command to the system to make it synchronize with the application and appliances. Okay. So yeah, that's it for the recommendation from number one to number three, and then 4, 5, 6, and 7 and 8 is like most likely it's not the improvement of the entire projects. In here, using the SM module is a signal base. It needs signals, blah 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 blah. So you can add Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, and then in the mechanical part. So we are now in the hardware part of our project. So the housing or the cover of the system below the miniature should be integrated to cover the whole system for full protection to avoid damaging system. So again, this is another recommendation for the future researcher if they wanted to adopt our project. So yeah, and then the number six, another improvements for the window blinds. Number seven is the instead of using LED, they can maybe use now the actual bulb, okay, or big old LED, which needs a higher amount of power, okay. So in this case, they should now use a relay, okay, because it will now need more power, okay, than ever. So LED is just 1 to 3 volts, okay, but the bulb is now like ranging maybe from 5 to 10 or 30 volts, okay, that need to power up that bulb. Number eight, in choosing a power supply might be an update for the future researcher that instead of a direct voltage on the outlet, we will use sun itself as a source of energy by using solar panels. So it's another recommendation, okay, that they might might be helpful for them to improve the project. And then the rest are now the references, the list of our codes, some appendices, and so on and so forth. So you'll see right here that starting from the front page up to the chapter 4, it's just around 44 page. And then the rest is now the references, the diagrams, the appendix, and the code. So we've also put here our entire source code. Okay, but for now, you will not be needing that one, and then we will also put here some, some additional diagrams and how our project worked. This is our prototype before, and then codes, and then last is our resume or curriculum vitae. And yeah, that is the entirety of the documentation from the front page up to the last one. But in this subject, I will only require you guys to put the front page, chapter 1, and then up to chapter 4 only. And then the rest, you can skip those for now. Just put them once you are on the real project design. So once you're already on project design or your thesis. Yeah, anyway, so were you guys able to follow on how to do the chapter 3 and chapter 4?
Yes, sir. Followable po.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So one more thing that we will do, since we are already done with the, with the discussion part. So that is already the last one. Then the rest will be spent to your, project. So we will have another meeting wherein I will check your, I'm already done rating your front page. If you receive a score of 50, then that only means that you were able to get everything correctly. If you got a score of 45 or 40, then that means that you need to change something. So with that, we'll discuss this one next meeting. Okay. Also the chapter 1 and then chapter 2. So with that, we can correct everything before you will compile your final exam. Okay. So yeah, that's it for today. So hopefully you guys are doing good with your project. Okay, so just let me know if you want to clarify something. Okay, I'm just here, just message me and then I'll try to help you and clarify things. All
Okay
right.
po, sir.
Then so yeah, that's all for today. I just wanted to finish the chapter 3 and 4 so that we don't have any problem anymore for this entire finals. And one more thing, don't forget to answer this case study number. Okay, so you guys already know what to do with this one. So yeah, that's all for now. As always, thank you guys for coming. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. And yeah, keep safe as always, and you guys may know.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Blessed day to all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.